What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very interesting day because not too long ago, in fact, I think this video is already out, I talked about on the Bulls channel, Marco Bellinelli calling it a career and retiring from the game of basketball. Now, I did it on the Bulls channel because he was a former Bulls player. Yes, he did not spend much time here, but at the end of the day, I still feel like as a Chicago Bulls channel, he did play a season. He had a good season here as well. It made sense to talk about him there and give him his flowers there. Today, on the NBA channel, I'm going to talk about someone that did not play for the Chicago Bulls and a player that has called it a career and someone that had, in my opinion, a fantastic career in of his own right. And his name is John Wall, ladies and gentlemen. John Wall, what a player and what a time to talk about him. He's called it a career. He said he is done. Let's bring some nostalgia into this and let's talk about that career in this video. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know what you guys think about John Wall calling it quits on his NBA career, calling it quits and retire. I wouldn't say that's actually a really bad word. We're just retiring from the NBA. Do you think, I guess, he had a great career? Can you reflect on it fondly and stuff of that nature? And to be honest, man, all I can firstly and truly say is I always appreciated John Wall. Always. You know, when I was growing up watching the NBA, John Wall was an absolute killer. One of the quickest players in that guard position I have seen. And yes, Derrick Rose was quicker, and I'm a Bulls fan, so yes, that makes sense. But John Wall was incredibly quick, rapid even. He was someone that's 1 minute he was there, you blink and he was gone. He had a quick first step. He was able to get to the rim with force as well. He's a very strong guard as well. I feel like not many people give him credit for that. He was a ridiculously strong guard, and man, he was just an incredible overall player. One of the better two-way guards in his generation, and brought the Washington Wizards to relevancy. Because let's be honest, there hasn't been many times where the Washington Wizards were a truly relevant side in the NBA, but that team with John Wall, Bradley Beal, Marcin Gortat, Otto Porter even, that was a team that actually really brought a lot of battles to the NBA and made teams really fear them. And I very much was I was very enticed by the Washington Wizards at that time, and John Wall played a massive factor in that. Something else that doesn't get mentioned anywhere near enough with John Wall was his defensive capabilities. People often just say he was quick and he was athletic, so of course he's going to play defense, but I personally think at his time, he's one of the better guard defenders in the league. He was always able to anticipate what the opponent was going to do. I think he was very good at grabbing steals as well and heading out in transition. He just did a lot of everything. And that guy was a bad guy. He was a bad dude. And in the NBA, man, at his peak, I don't think you could ask for someone better than John Wall. I'll say that. Yeah, there's always going to be like the Stephen Currys of the world that just changes the game completely. Yeah, LeBron James of the world that's, top 3 in the NBA, and he's just unbelievable. But those are luxuries. There are not many players that could do what those players do. But with John Wall, I can honestly say I wouldn't be able to ask much more from a player than what John Wall could do for a team. Someone that, yeah, he may have not been the best shooter per se. He wasn't always a great three-point shooter or mid-range shooter, but he's able to score. He's able to play make. He's able to push the tempo and control the pace of a game. He's able to defend. He's able to take over a game. He's able to lead the team to victories. He's able to work with damn near everybody in the league. He could work with anyone. You could. I don't think anyone could truly say, let's just say John Wall in his prime and the NBA today, I don't think you could truly say he wouldn't fit every team in the league. He could fit any team. Any team, including teams with some of the best point guards in the world. He could fit in those teams. And you know what? What I really appreciate about John Wall, even though injuries got a hold of him, even though, unfortunately, he wasn't always at the peak level of fitness and I guess, play, he took a downward role and he still performed. He performed off the bench for many years, and he played really well off the bench for certain teams. He turned himself into a fantastic scorer off the bench as well. He did a little bit of everything, ladies and gentlemen. And I feel like people that just assume he's a role player didn't actually watch him during those best years that he had. The guy was a killer in those years with the Washington Wizards. There's a reason why they kept him around for so long. It's because he was a lethal player. He was incredible during his time. So, I've heard people say he's a role player. I've seen TikToks about it. I've seen, I've seen even comments saying the guy was a role player. It wasn't that good. He didn't really do anything. You could tell those are modern day NBA fans. You could tell those people did not watch a single game back in the 2011, 2012 era of basketball, where most, I guess, common maybe YouTubers and people that are talking about the game today probably started growing up watching those sort of era of basketball, that era. You know what I mean? You can tell the modern day NBA just looked at John Wall and think he's a role player. They just didn't watch. And you know what? It is what it is. So all I can say now is congratulations to John Wall on his retirement. He had a great career. I think he did great things. He's better than most guards you could think of, in my opinion. Maybe not at the all-time best, not on the level of Steph Curry or Magic Johnson per se, but a phenomenal guard that had a great career in the NBA, did some really good things, brought a franchise to relevancy, and did all he could, and then some, in my opinion. He had a great career. I really hope his next adventure will be just as successful as his time in the NBA. And from the reports I have seen, I do believe he is going to be an NBA analyst now. So I've not really heard the guy speak about basketball, to be honest, but now we all get the luxury to see that. And someone that has played at the point guard position for as many years as he did, he played in, the previous generation of basketball, and he's played in the modern generation of basketball. I'm interested to see what his takes are, for the NBA. Will he be like a philosophical, very much an analytical sort of analyst that, looks at everything in that sort of way and speaks? Or will he talk from experience in many ways? And we'll talk about how difficult some of these guys are to guard and all those things. It'd be interesting to know what you guys think about that sort of situation. But congratulations, John Wall. You deserve it. I wish he could. I don't think he ever got a championship. At least not. He definitely didn't get a championship as a leader of the team. But, on to the next success. We'll see what happens from there. Have a wonderful and safe day, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care. And peace.